and welcome to our brand new CITV Favourites video.
We've got loads of really cool stuff lined up for you, which you can watch over and over again whenever you like.
And coming right up, it's one of our all-time favourites. It's the Animal Shelf.
5 soft toys on a little blue shelf. They all belong to Timothy, he chose them himself. They have a lot of fun playing everywhere, so let's get to know them, and we'll start with the bear. He's called Gumper, he likes to snooze in the sun, and here's little Mutt, he's always doing it wrong. This is Woeful the monkey, he looks quite sad, but he's never ever grumpy. And Stripey the zebra, whose wool is very lumpy. And who's this lying on the ground? Her name's Get Up, she's always falling down. Stripey's her friend, but so is everyone else. They're Timothy's special friends on the animal shelf.
On the animal shelf one morning, Stripey and Get Up were worried about Timothy. Tucked up in bed, he was sneezing and sneezing.
I've sent for the doctor, Timothy. I just don't know what's the matter with you.
Oh, achoo!
I blame those animals, you know.
Oh no, it's achoo!
Poor Stripey and Get Up. They're getting old and dirty. They must encourage germs.
Mummy! Achoo!
I'm sorry, but I think we'd better give them away.
Oh, but achoo!
Oh dear. Oh dear. Timothy's mother wants to give us away. She thinks we encourage germs.
Germs? What are germs?
I don't know. Well, but they must give children achooes. What's happening? What? Oh, I was fast asleep. Gumper, you woke me up.
I don't think it was me, Woeful. I was asleep too.
I think it was Timothy Achooing that woke you up.
Achoo! Achoo!
His mother blames Get Up and me for his achooes. She's going to give us away.
She doesn't mean it, Stripey. She knows Timothy would be lost without us.
Grown-ups will do anything once they think of it. She'll give us away, and when Timothy finds out we're gone, it'll be too late.
I'm leaving this box on the step for the jumble sale. Mr. Tompkins will pick it up in his truck.
Oh, dear.
Oh, this must be Mr. Tompkins. Oh, I'm really worried about Timothy. He's had them achooes before, but he looked different this time.
He needs us, Stripey. We must get back to him quickly.
Yes.
How?
I've got it. We'll gnaw a hole in this box, escape, and then we can go back to Timothy.
Yes.
I miss Stripey and Get Up such a lot.
I miss them even more than that.
Perhaps we should look for them.
Timothy needs us here.
I wonder if all cardboard tastes as horrible as this.
Come on.
Thanks.
Well done. Right.
You ready?
Yes.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Timothy! Here we go! Come on, Get Up. Get up. You know what they say? Best foot forward.
I know they say that, but I'm not sure which is my best foot. None of them look very good.
Let's take a shortcut through Bluebell Wood. There almost always is one. Oh, there it is. One shortcut.
Oh, yes. Thanks, Stripey.
Oh, hurry up.
That's much better. My woolly hooves are much happier now.
I love the smell of bluebells.
So do I. But I don't love it a lot.
Look!
An old red slipper. Some animal must have lost it. I'll take care of it. In case one of us gets a sore in a hoof.
What did you say?
I said in case one... Oh dear. Ooh. How shall I carry it, Stripey?
You could, put it on your tail.
Good idea.
What's that?
Quick, let's hide. Look, Stripey, it's
Achoo! That's right. It's a travelling fun fair.
Achoo!
Get up. Get down. Oh, no.
Well, you'll make a fine price for the coconut shy.
They've taken Get Up. My best friend. Oh, what am I going to do now? Stripey? Get Up depends on you. Pull yourself together. We both have to get back to Timothy. So, to the rescue!
Poor Timothy. He's so hot. I expect he's glad Gupper's wiping his forehead.
Yes, and I'm glad I gave him that idea. I really don't think those toys would have given Timothy germs, you know.
Don't you, Doctor?
You see how he's got his little bear? He needs his toys to cheer him up.
I've given Stripey and Get Up away.
Oh, that's a shame.
I don't know how I can get them back.
Hello! Get up! I know you're down there. I shall come and find you and set you free. Oh, I only hope nobody sees me.
Stripey! Oh, I hope you're looking for me. But how will you know where to find me? I know. I only hope nobody else finds it first.
Gary, you guys candy floss all in your hair.
All through the long dark night, Stripey lay in hiding and kept watch. Early next morning, all was quiet at the fairground. Everybody was asleep, except Stripey. He knew this was his chance to rescue Get Up.
Ooh. You're not a dog, are you? I'm looking for my best friend. Have you seen a giraffe with a long neck and a red slipper? That's the slipper. Where'd you find it? Oh, I'd know that tail anywhere. Get up! Shh! Courage, Get Up. We've got to hurry. How can I get him out of there? Oh, thank you. Oh, no! Oh, that was our last chance. Oh, well done! Thank you. Take my tail. Get up!
Stripey!
Oh, quickly! We must get away, or we'll all be captured. Hurry!
Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you for rescuing me. You've been very brave, Stripey.
I couldn't have done it without Kinker. We shall call you Kinker, because you got a kink in your tail.
Thank you, Kinker.
Oh, is this for us?
It's a keepsake.
A sign of friendship.
Yes, let's all three be friends forever.
I've looked everywhere for Stripey and Get Up. You must rest now, Timothy. I'm sure we'll find them before long.
I can see Timothy.
Stripey, get up! Oh, I'm so happy to see you.
Good night, Timothy. I'm so happy to see all the animals together again. Somehow I knew Stripey and Get Up would return. Good night, everybody.
Timothy hasn't hatchewed for hours.
He's better already. Since Get Up and Stripey came back.
Do tell us about your adventures. Some animals have all the luck.
Well,
It was...
Adventures are all very well, but the best thing of all is to be one of Timothy's special animals and live on the animal shelf.
Five soft toys on a little blue shelf. They all belong to Timothy. He chose them himself. They have a lot of fun playing everywhere. everywhere. They're Timothy's special friends. They're Timothy's special friends on the animal shelf.
Oh, that was great, wasn't it?
It was very good. What's coming up next, though, Stephen?
Well, it's the magical Wizardora.
Wizardora, we adore her, doing things in her very special way. Wizardora, nothing shorter. You're the one that can brighten up our day.
Oh, well, I don't know where Wizardora goes in these magic shoes to get them so filthy. Oh, I might as well talk to these shoes as talk to you.
Go on, boss! Grab that box, okay?
Right! You leave that box alone. It's something magic for Wizardora, and you shouldn't go messing about with things that aren't meant for you.
Oh, pooh to you! I'm not scared! Oh, you're so brave, boss!
Ah, take cover! Spells on the loose!
Oh, now look what you've done. Green is a colour I have never cared for.
Look out! Here comes another one! Duck!
Hello, everyone. Oh, what's been going on here? And what's happened to Phoebe? It's the drawer people, Wizardora. They've opened the box that was on the table. Oh, no. That was a box of old spells my uncle sent me. We'll have to collect them all and put them back in the box. I'll start with this one.
Why not start by zapping the drawer people?
Oh, you're not zapping me.
Good idea, Hangle. Right, drawer people, zap. Oh, where did Bottom get to? Never mind, spells first. Gotcha.
Pickle me parsnips. This is hard work. This ground's rock hard. What you doing, Tatty?
You digging down to Australia?
I am digging up these weeds. I can't lie around in a nest all day like some I could mention.
Oh, what's this? Oh, it's something magic. It must have fallen out of Wizardora's box of spells. Oh, it really is magic. Where can I go and try this out without Wizardora seeing me? I know. The garden.
Did you sort those spells out, Wizardora?
I think I've caught them all. I'm going out into the garden now.
Well, it's all right for some. I've got work to do.
But Hangle, my darling, you like work. Bye.
Oh.
Well, that's one done. I must have a rest. I'll be digging up weeds till Christmas at this rate. What?
Nice trip, Tatty.
Oh, the spade disappeared. Oh, this must be a make it disappear wand. I'm going to try it out on something else. Wait till I show Top and Sticky.
What happened?
You fell over! Oh, hello, Tatty. Isn't it a lovely day?
Well, not especially lovely, Wizardora, no. Something very strange has just happened.
Oh, yes?
Well, I was digging, and 1 minute it was there, and the next minute it wasn't. And what I want to know is...
Tatty, slow down. What was there, then, wasn't?
My spade, Wizardora. It wasn't there.
Where?
Where it was. It just vanished, disappeared into thin air.
Oh, dear. Sounds like a stray spell to me. Maybe one of them escaped out here into the garden. Ooh. Go on, then, Bottom. Show us what it can do. Well done! Brilliant! Hey, what about if by accident Wizardora, Phoebe and Hangle all disappeared for a while? Oh, great idea, boss!
Yes, I got you,
Oh, Hangle, Phoebe, have you seen any more stray spells hanging around?
They're all back in their box, aren't they?
I thought you'd caught them all, Wizardora. Well, I thought so too. I best just go and check. Oh, Hangle, make a pot of tea, will you?
Righto. Where's the teapot, Wizardora?
It was on the table. Now it's gone. Well, maybe you put it somewhere, Hangle, and you've forgotten.
I don't forget things, Wizardora.
Thanks, Hangle. Phoebe, Wait a minute. Where's Phoebe gone? Phoebe, where are you? There's something strange going on here, Hangle. Hangle? What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, great work, Bottom. There's no one to stop us. Follow me, men.
No.
No? What do you mean, no?
I am not doing any of the following this time. I found the wand. I'm going to be boss for a change.
Oh, you can't be boss.
Oh, you watch me.
But we claw people stick together. We share.
I don't want to share. Goodbye, Sticky.
But you miss us.
I don't think so. Goodbye, Top. Now, I've got it all to myself. What shall I do first?
Where are we?
I'm not quite sure.
I think we've been disappeared to wherever disappeared things go. Oh, look! Here's Tatty's spade. Oh, how are we ever going to get home? Oh, don't worry, Phoebe. A bit of whizzification will sort that out. But what I want to know is, how did we get here in the first place?
I bet they'll know something about it.
I bet they do. Come on, you two, out with it. What's been going on?
Well, you know that magic box, Wizardora?
Yes.
Well, there's one more bit of magic you didn't see. Yeah, Bottom just kept touching people with it. Accidentally.
Accidentally? Well, I think we better get back home and find out just what mischief Bottom's been up to. Could you hold the spade, please, Hangle? Thank you. Wizardy wander, wizardy roam, where we want to go is home. Wizardy zap, wizardy pal, take us home and do it now!
It's no fun being on my own. I'm lonely. I wish Top and Sticky were here.
I feel quite dizzy, Wizardora, but it's nice to be home.
Right, Bottom, we want a word with you. Yeah!
I can explain, chaps. I'm really glad you're home.
You can do your explaining back inside your drawer.
I'm sorry.
And stay there.
Oh, do get rid of that disappearing wand, Wizardora, before it causes any more trouble.
Wait a minute, I know someone who would really love this little wand. Pass me that spade, please, Hangle. See you later, chaps. I'm off into the garden.
Oh, this is hard work. And I've still only dug up half the blooming weeds.
Hello, Tatty. I've come to help you.
That's very kind of you, Wizardora, but I've only got this little trowel to dig with. Now my spade's disappeared.
Ah, well, I've got two things that will really help you. First, this.
Ooh, it's my spade. Where'd you find that?
Well, I'll tell you later, but this is the thing that will really help you with your weeds. Watch this. Ta-da! No weeds.
It's good having a trainee wizard as a friend.
Wizardora, we adore her, doing things in her very special way. Wizardora, nothing shorter. You're the one that can brighten up our day. Living with your most peculiar friends in a kitchen full of fun, hoping each day never ends. Wizardora, we adore her. You're the one that can brighten up our day.
Now, Wizardora, she's clever, isn't she?
She certainly is. And coming up in the Slow Norris, Ali shows she's pretty clever too.
Oh dear, this really is too much. Today of all days, he's never this late, never. I just don't understand it.
I'm sure I can hear a little voice. Is it a bird? Is it a bee? No, it's Walter Worm.
Where has the postman got to? I expect he's late because his sack is full of cards from my friends.
Hello, Walter.
Well,
Sorry, did I make you jump?
oh, it's all right. I was expecting someone else, that's all. The postman. You haven't seen him, have you?
No. Were you expecting something important?
No, nothing important. Although one would have been nice.
One what?
One birthday card.
Of course. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Walter.
Thanks.
I said happy birthday, Walter. You don't look happy at all.
Not one little card. Not one present.
You don't get your cards and presents until your party.
Am I having a party?
Of course you are. Everybody has to have a party on their birthday.
How exciting. Who will be there?
Well, who have you invited?
Nobody. Worms aren't very good at invitations. Would you do it for me?
OK. Would you like the Slow Norris to come to your party?
Yes, except if he comes, will there be any room for anyone else?
There will be if the rest of the guests are small.
Ben Beetle is small.
We'll ask him then.
I think that's all of them.
Oh, aren't we forgetting someone?
No, I don't think so. Me, Ben, the Slow Norris. That's it.
What about me? Can I come?
You? You want to come to the party of a humble worm?
I'd love to. I like parties, especially the birthday cake.
Birthday cake? Oh, dear. I haven't got a cake. We can't have a party without a cake.
I can make one.
No. You are the balloon and telling people to come person. I'll make the cake. Right, what do I need? Yeah, some of that'll be nice. I need to mix it with something.
See you later, Walter.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Look at these lovely balloons, Slow Norris. Are you looking forward to Walter's birthday party?
I'm looking the same as I always do, Ellie.
No, I mean, are you excited?
Yes. Can't you tell?
No, when I'm excited about something, I jump up and down and giggle.
Oh, I do this, see?
Is that it? Gosh, what'd you do if something really, really special happens?
This.
Don't make me laugh. I won't be able to blow up these balloons. Now come and help me or we'll be late for the party.
Nice and cakey. Can't wait to tuck into this.
Ooh, just come to see how that there birthday cake is coming along. What are those? Currants?
Currants? No. They're stones.
Chocolate cake, is it?
No. Mud.
Oh, dear.
What?
Oh, no, nothing.
Right. I'll put this in the oven.
Worms don't have ovens.
Ah, so they don't. What shall I do?
You could try baking it in the sun.
Good idea. How long do you think I should leave it? I don't want it to burn.
Oh, no. We wouldn't want it to taste horrid now, would we?
Ellie, what is a party dress?
Something to wear on special occasions.
I haven't got a party dress.
Slow Norrises don't wear dresses.
What do they wear then?
Party fur, I suppose.
I've only got this fur.
I'll brush it for you, make you neat and tidy.
Yuck. Horrid.
I think I'll run on and see how Walter's getting on with his cake. Hello, Walter. Is this the cake? It looks very unusual.
Yes, it's my very own recipe. Would you like a slice?
Oh, no. We shouldn't cut it until the party.
OK. I'll just put a candle in it. It's a stick, really.
That doesn't matter.
The stick won't go in. Oh, it's too soft.
Ali, what's gone wrong? I tried really hard.
Oh, nothing went wrong, Walter. It's a lovely mud pie. Birthday cakes are just made of different ingredients.
What's a birthday cake?
It's a special kind of cake. Look, I'll show you in my magic book. To make a birthday cake, you need flour, sugar, butter, and eggs. You have to weigh the ingredients very carefully.
Why?
Otherwise, the cake will be too flat or too hard.
I wish I'd weighed my mud.
Now you mix the sugar into the butter until it goes creamy. Add the eggs.
It's a bit runny.
You'd be a bit runny if I kept beating you with a spoon. Next, you add the flour. Then it's baked in the oven. Now it's ready. You have to tip it out and let it cool.
Then what do you do?
You decorate it. First you cover the cake with icing. Then you put the candles on it. 5 candles. There, that's how you make a birthday cake.
Oh, I wish I had a cake like that. But I haven't got any eggs, so I can't have a cake. And does that mean I can't have a party?
Oh, Walter, of course it doesn't.
Oh, good.
We haven't got a cake, but that won't spoil our day. It really doesn't matter 'cause there's party games to play. It's great to be alive if you're 4 or 95. Though maybe you're a baby bouncing on your mother's knee. Big or small, you'll have a ball. Feel like you're walking 10 feet tall. All we want to say is hip, 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 hooray. And happy birthday on this special day. Happy birthday's what we want to say. Hip, 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 hooray. Happy birthday on this special day.
Happy birthday, Walter.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I'm glad I didn't get mud cake for my birthday.
I know what you mean. And coming up next is Doodle the donkey.
And actually has a problem with some squirrels.
I wake up in the morning and I see another new day. Rain or shine, well, I don't mind, I'll never be alone. I've got my friends and in the end, as long as we're together, it's all for one and one for all, as everybody knows. That's what friends are for. That's what friends are for. That's what friends are
It's morning in the meadow, and the 3 friends are deciding what to do today. Dawdle's going to see a friend down the lane. Roller Pola's off for a walk. And Archie? Where is Archie?
Yes, I had a great time, thanks.
And I had a most interesting walk. Not as interesting as the North Pole, of course. No seals, you see, for a start.
No, but we have got our squirrels. Look at the dear little creatures. Aren't they sweet?
Huh?
Why, Archie, what is the matter? Have you had a nightmare? The squirrels have been doing what? Oh, Archie, of course they wouldn't pull your tail or bounce you about. Well, you're bigger than they are for a start.
Hey, dear little chap. Oh, look, he's giving me a hazelnut. Ah, I'm very partial to them. Thank you, little man.
So stop being so silly, Archie. Look how friendly and sweet they are. Oh, I'm so glad they've come to see us in the meadow. Now, just you go and be friends with them, Archie. They may be our new neighbours in the meadow. That was a horrid thing to do, Archie, frightening those poor little animals like that.
Yes, that was very bad of you. Well, we'd never behave like that at the North Pole. Not even to a polar water rat.
And don't try and answer back. We have to learn to live with
Other creatures.
Yes.
You made up a lot of, well, stupid stories about those nice little squirrels.
Poor little creatures.
And now you scared them all away.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
Because we're not proud of you.
I haven't seen Archie for quite a long time.
Who? Oh, Archie. Oh, he's probably up his tree.
Archie? Do you think we were a bit hard on him?
No. Well,
You don't think he could have run away, do you?
he's probably just hiding.
Archie? Archie? Oh, there's not a sign of Archie anywhere. I think he has run away, you know. Oh, dear, now what can we do?
Well, we'll have to go and look for him, OK? So, you try the farm, and I'll look up the lane. Yeah, of course, he can't have gone far.
Hello? Anybody home? Archie? Archie? Archie, is that you? Oh, now come home like a good cat. Archie? Hello, Archie, is that you? Hello. I thought you were my friend, Archie, but sorry to have bothered you. I was, we were,
Now, this looks hopeful. Yes, these prints are just about the right size for Archie. Archie! 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 Oh, come along now. Let's forgive and forget. Eh? No harm done. We'll make mistakes. Eh? Well, even... No. It's all right. It's all right. No. Nothing to be upset about. No. I've just lost his catnip and... no! That dog was... it was enormous. It was a wolfhound.
And so were those cats, like tigers. Well, young tigers.
Yeah, well, perhaps not a wolfhound exactly.
They were very big cats, though. Really, I mean, wild farmyard cats.
Yeah, and this dog was. Yes, and he had a very, very, very fierce bark. Well, it had a large bark.
And the cats had large meows. But I'm a lot bigger than they are, and I was still really scared.
And that dog, oh, well, it almost scared me. So, Archie could have been scared too.
By squirrels who are smaller than him. He could have been telling the truth after all, and we didn't believe him. Archie! Archie, come out. You're quite safe now.
Huh? One, two, three, charge! There you are, Archie. A double helping of supper. You deserve it. I'm very partial to hazelnuts myself. We don't get them, you know, in the North Pole.
Yes. You know, next to ginger nut Vickies, I think they're my favourite too.
I wake up in the morning and I see another new day. Rain or shine, well, I don't mind, I'll never be alone. I've got my friends, and in the end, as long as we're together, it's all for one and one for all, as everybody knows. That's what friends are for. That's what friends are for.
I think Doodle learned something there, don't you?
He certainly did, and there's always something new to learn in Mop-a-Top Shop, which is on right now.
You want it, we got it. Mop-a-Top has got it. Everything to make your dreams come true. You need it, they stock it. Happy Dog, she's got it.
You won't believe the things we've got on view. Ooh.
Delicious surprises
before your very eyes. A scratch, a smile, a shake, a shine, a shoe.
When you go out shopping, why don't you just pop in? Mop-a-Top's the shop for me and you.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Mop-a-Top Shop. I'm Mop-a-Top, and this is my shop. I've got everything you could ever think or dream of in this shop. Oh, and if there's something you'd like that you can't see, just tell me, and I'll find it for you. Would you like, some soap suds? Or some fuzz? Or... Whoa. Excuse me. It seems we've got a very noisy fly in the shop. I'll see if I can catch it and put it outside. Oh. It seems the fly's gone. So let's start again. Would you like some soap suds or some fuzz or... Oh, there goes that fly again. Sorry about this. I'll try and catch it. Whoop.
There goes that buzzing again.
That is the loudest fly I have ever heard.
Moppertop's trying to catch it. I think I'll go down and help.
Missed. I'll see if Puppy Duck can help. Puppy Duck! Oh, Puppy Duck!
Hello, Moppertop! What's that noise?
It's a fly buzzing around the shop. Do you think... Oh. Do you think you can help me find it?
Well, of course. But the buzzing stopped. Maybe the fly's gone. And maybe not.
Yes, maybe the fly has gone.
See, what did I tell you? Where'd he go?
I don't know.
He's got to be around here somewhere. Moppertop, did you hear that? I think the fly is laughing.
It sounds as if the fly's laughing.
Very funny fly. It sounds like the fly could be under here. Missed.
Oh, there it goes again.
But where? Is the fly still in the shop? Do you think I'm anywhere near it? Moppertop, did you hear that?
I did, Puppy Duck. Fly? Do you understand what we're saying?
Well, that's good to know. So, does one buzz mean yes?
Oh, and no is?
Buzz for yes and buzz for no.
Oh, that's good. Now we can find out where he is.
We can?
Of course. Listen. Fly, are you near the big clock? Oh.
That means no. Hey, I can talk fly language. I'm going to tell my mum and dad. So, the fly's not near the big clock.
Are you near the soap suds?
No. Are you on this counter? Buzz means yes. Moppertop, the fly is on this counter.
Oh, yes, but where on the counter?
Oh.
Fly, are you, next to the flowers?
Yes! Next to the flowers. Oh, the hat is next to the flowers. Fly, are you under the hat? Whoa! Here we go again.
Here's some questions, Mr. Buzz.
You know the way to answer us. Buzz for yes, buzz for no. Ready? Then here we go.
Are you happy? Not sad.
Or will you drive us mad?
Are you hungry and fat?
Not underneath that hat.
We'll never catch him, I can see.
He's much too smart for you and me. I have absolutely no idea where the fly is now. Oh, do you, Moppertop?
Bzz, bzz. I think he's hiding. Oh, here comes a customer. Hello, welcome to Moppertop Shop.
How may we help you?
Well, I'm hungry and I'm looking for a fly.
A fly?
Oh, Francis, good, you're still here. Oh, I know I told you to wait for me here in Muppet Top Shop. I'm sorry I'm late, but I was swamped. Yes, I know it's way past your lunchtime. Come on, let's go. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
You mean that fly was just waiting in the shop for the frog? Oh, and now they're going off to have lunch together?
Are you going to keep speaking the fly language?
Oh, good for you, Moosey. You can never know too many languages.
You know, I have to say, I'm glad that fly's gone.
Really? I thought it gave the shop a nice buzz. Oh, there goes the big clock. It's time to close the shop. Thank you very much for coming, and I hope we see you again soon.
Very, very soon. Goodbye.
Bye! And you dance?
You want it, we got it. Muppet Top has got it. You won't believe the things we've got on show. You need it, we stock it. Puppy Duck has got it. But now it seems it's time for us to go. The time has come to stop, and it's time to close the show. But we will all be back before you know.
Now that is a brilliant show.
But Danielle, you know all of our shows are brilliant.
True, but we're nearly at the end of our video now, so what's coming up next, Stephen?
It's the all singing,
all dancing,
singing kettle.
Read all about it, stand up and shout it, learn about it, the singing kettle. Read all about it, stand up and shout it, learn about it, the singing kettle news.
Who hit the headlines?
Who broke the deadline? All the answers and the clues.
Who made $1 million?
Who lost $1 billion? All in the singing kettle news. Read all about it, stand up and shout it, learn about it, the singing kettle. Read all about it, stand up and shout it, learn about it, the singing kettle news.
Oh dear, Scylla's late this morning. Wonder what's happened to her. We've got to get the front page of the Singing Kettle News finished, Gary. Of course we have.
It's Robo Pigeon with the pigeon post. Stuck in traffic jam. Lights stuck on red. I'm stuck. Love, Scylla. The whole village of Kettle is jammed up with cars. That's our lead story.
But what about my piece about somebody dropping a teacup at the Copper Kettle Tea Rooms?
Never mind that. We can't miss a golden opportunity like this. I'll just do the headline.
Oh!
Faulty traffic lights jam. Kettle drivers see red.
Air turns blue.
You know, if those traffic lights could talk, I wonder what they'd say. Red, amber, and green. That's the color of my lights. Red, amber, and green. Changing day and night. Red, amber, and green. These are colors we all know. Red, amber, and green. Stop. Get ready, go. I stand at the end of a busy street where an avenue and a big road meet. When I shine red, the cars all stop for the children and the lady with the lollipop. From early in the morning till late at night, you'll always see me going by. traffic light switch is plain to see. I'd love to start the World Grand Prix. Roaring engines, cheering crowds, I'd flash my lights and feel so proud. I'd be the hero of the winning team. For a light like me, that's only a dream. Red, amber, and green, that's the color of my lights. Red, amber, and green, changing day and night. Red, amber, and green, these are colors we all know. Red, amber, and green. Stop! Get ready, go!
That'll be the editor wanting to know if we'll make the deadline.
What are we going to do? Silla's not here.
I know. Let's
hide. Quick.
Come out from there, you two. Yes, Mr. Editor? Oh, no problem. You'll love my story.
But you haven't written it yet. You're going to miss the deadline.
I won't. I wrote it on my laptop computer in the car while I was stuck in the traffic jam. Countdown starting. Cartoon Gary.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deadline!
Oh, Yuckabee, we made it. Oh, it was close, though.
So, Scylla, what was your story about, then? It was about all the different colours of cars I saw in the traffic jam. That's right, Gary. There's lots and lots of them.
There's lots and lots of colors, so think and do your best. Here's a clue, it's up to you. What color is this, you guess? Raspberry jam, a pillar box. Ketchup, stoplight, Mr. Fox. Tomato, strawberries, a rose. Fire engines, Rudolph's nose. Santa's suit, holly berries. Buses, rubies, lips, and cherries. All the things that I have said happen to be colored red. So, if you guess the color red, wave your hands like me. Wave, wave, wave. If you guess the color red, wave your hands like me. Wave, wave, wave. There's lots and lots of colors, so think and do your best. Here's a clue, it's up to you. What color is this, you guess? Lumpy custard, lemon squeeze, stripes on busy bumblebees, grapefruit butter, banana feet, dandelion and primrose sweet, canary bird with skinny legs, buttercups and yolks of eggs. This color has a sunny glow, like daffodils, it's bright yellow. So, if you guess the color yellow, everybody shout hooray! Hooray, hooray, hooray! If you guess the color yellow, everybody shout hooray, 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 hooray! There's lots and lots of colors, so think and do your best. Here's a clue, it's up to you. What color is this, you guess? Those 10 bottles on the wall, the ones that always seem to fall. Squawking parrots, wriggly snakes, runner beans, moldy cakes, emeralds, leaves on trees, grapes and limes, garden peas. All these things I'm sure you've seen, and all of them are colored green. So, if you guess the color green, snap your fingers like me. Snap, snap, snap. If you guess the color green, snap your fingers like me. Snap, snap, snap. There's lots and lots of colors, so think and do your best. Here's a clue, it's up to you. What color's this, you guess? The flashing light on policemen's cars, the wrapper on the chocolate bars, giant whales, nice new jeans, royal blood of kings and queens, all the ocean, summer sky, talking budgies, both my eyes, all the things I've sung to you. Yes, you're right, they're colored blue. So, if you guess the color blue, clap your hands like me. Clap, clap, clap. If you guess the color blue, clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands like me. Clap your hands like me.
like to say the singing kettle rhyme. You can help too. It goes spout, handle, lid of metal. What's inside the singing kettle? Ready?
Spout, handle, lid of metal. What's inside the singing kettle?
Here it is, today's full-colour edition of the Singing Kettle News.
Oh, the editor will be in the pink.
And you're our golden girl, Scylla.
Read all about it, stand up and shout it, learn about it, the Singing Kettle News.
Well, that's about it for this video, but it's been absolutely cool, hasn't it?
It has been fantastic, and there'll be another great CITV video out soon, so watch out for that.
Yeah, and don't forget we've also got a CITV favourites video for older kids, which is out now.
It's got everything on it. It's got Zig and Zag, Art Attack, How To, Zap.
And loads more.
So we'll see you soon.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Hiya, how you doing? Yes, and welcome to our brand new CITV favourites video.
Yeah, we've got loads of excellent and classic stuff lined up for you.
And to get things started off, it's one of the best episodes of Zig and Zag, featuring Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
It certainly is, and let me tell you, it doesn't get any funnier than this.
This place smells of garlic.
No, you get your evil talents off me!
Oh. Zig's having a little sleepy weepy peepee. Oh, hold on a second, let me... Ah, that's what I'm looking for. Zig, you were having an afternoon again.
It was an evil witch chasing me.
Don't worry, we cancelled Grot Bags. We've got that gorgeous American superstar instead, Melissa Joan Hart.
No, that's her, the evil blue and red.
Oh, Zig, Melissa Joan Hart isn't a witch. There's nothing witchy about her. Hey?
Oh, hi, Zig and Zag.
Oh, hi.
I'm just laughing about something I saw in Caroline in the City last week. The commercials.
Oh, well, what was that big flash then?
Must be my sparking trainers. They're a little faulty or something.
You see?
What's wrong with Zig?
Oh, Zig, I'm just laughing. He just thinks you're a scary witch who should be burned at the stake.
Oh.
Yes, but thankfully we're not all weirdos on this show, Melissa.
Good. Oh. Well, I brought you those pictures of me taking a bath like you asked.
Right.
Thank you for warning me about those British customs regulations.
Yes, that's so fine.
Hang on, what British customs regulations?
Well, don't you know anything?
No, Melissa.
What?
Anyone wanting to work in this country has to provide Zag with photographic evidence they don't have peculiar bathing habits.
Yes, thank you.
Wait a minute. That's not blooming.
Ah, indeed. It's time for the show. Yes, we better get ready, Melissa.
I'll expose you for the witch you are, Melissa Joan Hart. I'll expose you, or my name's not Elliot Frampton. I mean, my name's not Zig. Oh, and I've gonna ruin my bloomin' big scene now.
Ladies
Right, listen out for it.
Hello, you lot! You lot of raggle-taggle-gaggle of cutthroat mercenaries, who are you?
And what are you watching? Pet Bloomin' Rescue!
Zig?
Right, well, I'll just tell you what right now, right?
Zig?
I'm just not going to let it bother me anymore, you know what I mean? I'm just not going to let it bother me to say Bloomin' Pet Rescue.
That's good, Zig. Life's too short.
Yeah.
Okay, Zig. Calm.
Right,
calm.
just
Okay.
watch this, please.
Please welcome our guest. Zig, what are you doing with those?
This tray of crockery? Oh, nothing.
I'll ignore that. Please welcome our celebrity guest presenter all the way from the USA, Melissa Joan Hart!
See, Zach, see?
I have to do something about my trainers. Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Hi, see, Zach, I told you she was a witch. Look, see?
Yes, you do look a tad witchy, Mel.
Well, some clever person has burned all my stage clothes. And this witch's outfit was the only thing I could find to wear. I wonder who could have done that, Zig.
Stay back, you spell-weaving sorceress!
Zig! Melissa is our guest. Now behave.
Oh, okay. Melissa, in my capacity as host, I've prepared a special meal for you to welcome you to the show.
Oh, that's nice,
Oh,
Zig.
thanks, Zig. Maybe I misjudged you.
Bring on Melissa's special meal, please.
What's this?
Hansel and Gretel! That's what you witches eat, isn't it? They'll be done in about 10 minutes.
Zig, you are twisted. You really are.
What?
I'm sorry, Melissa. Zig made me do it. And Zig, can I just say, you shouldn't persecute somebody just because they're a witch. Times are very tough for witches today in this witches society.
Oh,
Eh?
and how do you know so much about it, Claudia Winkleman? Or should I say, Mistress Cauldrian Witchelman?
I'm just going to go and do some work now.
Dirty work!
Zig!
Look at me. I can't do the show dressed like this. Wow. Neat camera trick.
Yeah, camera trick, my arm!
Melissa, what I wanted to ask was some questions.
Okay.
You know, because we're big fans. Aren't we everyone a big fan here of Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Yeah!
Of course we are!
Bet you are.
And see, one thing I've always wanted to know, right? There's a talking cat in Sabrina, right? Now, do you have any pets in real life?
I do. I have a dog, Dalmatian.
Oh, what's the dog's name?
Pele.
Oh, cool name.
Melissa, a question from me. How did you get over here?
I flew
Aha!
What's he?
on a plane.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Now, you must have loads of showbiz mates living in Los Angeles. Who's like the most famous phone number in your book?
Oh, Steven Spielberg.
No way! You know Spiely?
No.
Do you know?
Do you cook on a cooker or on an open fire in the woods?
I don't cook, actually. I use a microwave.
Do you use a vacuum cleaner or a broom at home?
Vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, Zig.
Yeah, right.
Stop,
Yeah,
stop.
well, no, I was just asking.
And what's coming up for Sabrina?
Well, Sabrina has a choice now to make between her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend Harvey, and her current boyfriend Dash. So that's kind of the way we left it this season. So we'll see who she chooses.
Yeah. Now, if you had to snog Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, or Bill Clinton, who would you choose?
I don't know. Leo would kind of be my
Leo, eh? First name basis, huh?
Well, come on out, Leonardo DiCaprio!
No, Zig.
What?
Zig, no.
Did you not catch the bus?
No. Anyway, another thing I want to know, right? What kind of humour goes down well in the USA? Sophisticated or TH?
Well, what's TH?
Toilet humour! Shall we show her some? Yes, hello, and good evening, and welcome to Through the Bog Hole, the show where Melissa Joan Hart has to identify the lavies of the famous. Gross Lloydman, can we have the first toilet?
This first toilet is made from solid gold, so the owner must have plenty of dosh. Note the obvious rug on the seat. I reckon it's a case of scandal in the wind. Who would poo on a loo like this? Over to you, Melissa.
The brown rug gives it away. It must be Elton's John.
Correct! Now, the second toilet, please, gross.
This toilet takes a lot of weight and probably says "do" when the owner sits on it. Note the yellow card and sparsely covered top. It's definitely a Homer to someone. Who would poo on a loo like this?
It's Homer Simpson's toilet.
Of course it is! Well done! You're good at this. Okay, who is toilet number 3?
Now, this facility over here is a double whammy. It's 2 large ones with blonde hair and not a lot else. If I was busting, this toilet would be my lifesaver. Who would poo on a loo like this?
It's gotta be Pamela Anderson's toilet.
She's right! Woo! That is cool.
Aw, guys, thanks. I now appreciate the value of toilet humor.
Oh, good.
Oh, after the break, we have music from Oasis, don't we, guys?
Well, kind of, sort of, in a kind of roundabout way. We kind of...
Well, that's what they told me.
Yes.
See you after these messages.
OK, Melissa, we're on the commercials. Melissa, you're doing just great, but could you try and concentrate on your accent a little more? It slips a little sometimes.
Hey, bayek lad. What do you want for £2 and a black pudding? I'll set me whippets on you, you reek smarmy barm cake.
Come on, you stupid machine. Give me my coffee for once. Come on.
Do you know what's it? Isn't Melissa great? She adds a touch of class to the show, I think.
Oh, yeah, but I'll tell you what. I'd still like to burn her at the stake, just to be absolutely sure.
Oh, that is just a typical witchist attitude. Just because a woman wants to play with a few broomsticks, do a few magic spells, you want to burn her. You know what? This is the 90s, OK? We don't persecute witches anymore.
Yes, we do. What about Ulrika Johnson?
Well, it's just not right.
Yes, it is, stupid. Sir, help! I'm turned into a cup of coffee!
So you have, Zig! Hey, does this mean you're going to get drunk? Because you're not old enough, young man! No! Well, so you're all right again?
Huh? Yeah. See? I told you there was witchcraft going on here.
So you did. Hang on. What? Claudia's been defending witches all day.
Yeah?
Claudia wiggled her fingers before you became the coffee.
Yeah?
And Claudia wiggled them before you turned back.
Yeah!
Well, then it's obvious who the witch is.
Melissa!
Exactly! Let's put her on trial.
Yeah!
Welcome back, Miss Wu.
Miss Wu!
Hi, I'm Melissa Joan Hart. Later on, we have music from Oasis. Isn't that right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. But first, our specialty act, Nob and the Gnome, and Minnie.
Oh, fiddly diddly, catch a riddly, quicker I be gone. Diddly diddly, catch a riddly, I'm a leprechaun. I'm a leprechaun. Let's see ya. Now back in Ireland, in the days of yore, don't look the wee man, seldom seen anymore. He was
I can't flippin' stand this!
Oh, with master of magic, the best that's ever been, wearing silver buckles and silver
bazooka,
pins.
leprechaun!
Well, he was sing a diddly diddly, catch a riddly, quicker
Come on,
I be
keep
gone.
still, you prancing pixie!
Diddly, catch a riddly, I'm a leprechaun. He's gone! Thank you!
So, guys,
Yes.
what's next?
Oh, well, Zig and me were wondering if we could put you on trial for witchcraft with a view to burning you at the stake.
If that's okay with you.
Oh, well, okay then. Sounds like fun.
Excellent. Silence in court! Silence in court! Prosecutor Zig, put forth your case.
I say we burn Melissa Joan Hart for being a witch!
Burn a witch! Burn a witch!
Silence in court! What be your proof?
Look at this photo, Your Honour. See how her image doth not even appear!
Well, it was cut out. And besides, I play a witch on a TV show.
A likely story. And, Your Honour, she can bewitch you and force you to dance a merry ragamuffin dance at will.
Be this so?
Aye, watch. Mistress Melissa, what be these?
Sprouts?
Oh, Rita's like a muffin on the MIC. Come follow me, come follow me, come follow me. With my wicked face and I'm an alien style. Come follow me, come follow me. Yeah! Silence in court! art a witch? Mistress Melissa of Joan Hart, ye have been found guilty of witchery and knocking about with the long-haired, pointy-hatted, ugly lot who fly on broomsticks and have warty noses. What happens next is up to thee. Do you want to be burned at the stake? Or do you want to go for the car?
I think I'll go for the car.
Okay, Melissa. To win the lovely, smashing great supercar, all you have to do is tell us who is the real witch. Take your time, love.
Well, I'm not entirely sure, and it's wrong to label people, but, well, it is a lovely car, so I'd have to say Claudia Winkleman.
Well done, Melissa. Security, take the witch out and dispose of her in the usual manner.
Melissa, you sneaky wench, I was sticking up for you.
That's showbiz.
It certainly is. Now to take it out, it's Zoasis.
Fantastic. I love Oasis.
No, Zoasis.
It's kind of just the same as Oasis, only
they're very big on Zog.
Kind of different.
Yeah, check it out.
You gotta roll with it. You gotta take your time. You gotta say what you say. Don't let anybody get in your way. 'Cause it's all too much for me to take. You gotta take your time. You gotta say goodbye. You go.
So wait, hang on, let me get this straight. You're now admitting that you were actually a witch after all.
Yeah, I fooled you. I really am a witch.
Oh, what?
Oh, by the way, that car I won is faulty. There's something wrong with the steering wheel.
Oh, yeah, they're on the other side in this country.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right, bye then.
Bye.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what have we done, Zig? Is it too late to save Claudia Winkleman?
Yep. But on the other hand, the baked potatoes are done.
Oh, cool. All's well that ends well, then.
Now that was funny.
I told you that was a good one, but what's coming up next?
Well, it's time to try it yourself with Neil Buchanan.
Must be Art Attack.
This is an art attack. This is an art attack. This is Art Attack.
Hello there. Hey, listen, do you fancy a quick game of noughts and crosses? Well, forget the boring old pencil and scrap of paper. What you need is the 3D deluxe version. And here it is. Watch this. 3 in a row, and I win. Come and have a look at this. Now, to make 3D noughts and crosses, you need a small-sized newspaper. And we're going to start by making the playing grid. That's the lines that you play on. And you need to take one sheet of your newspaper and close it, and then roll it up from the bottom to the top in a nice, tight, neat roll like that. So you've got a paper tube. And then a little bit of tape just to tape that into position so it doesn't all fall apart. And the idea is to make 4 of these paper tubes all together and then just place them 2 next to each other like that, 2 on the top to create the playing grid. And when you're happy with the position, tape them down, use lots of tape and make them nice and secure so that you have something that looks like this. Now, to make the noughts and crosses themselves, take another folded sheet of newspaper and again roll it neatly from the bottom to the top, only this time when you've got your paper tube, instead of taping it, just twist it tightly like that so that you get a nice tight twist of newspaper. And now you need to make 10 of these all together. Now, for the crosses, take one of these twisted pieces of newspaper and just measure it up with the middle square on your playing grid and just trim it so that you have a little bit that fits inside that square, and then another piece across like that that also fits inside that square, and then just put the two of them together and tape them into a cross. And there it is. You need to make 5 crosses all together. For the noughts, again, take another twisted piece of newspaper and again measure that on the inside square of your playing grid so that it fits. That's about it. And then, again, put a piece of tape round when it's the right size. The reason I'm measuring it against the grid, of course, is so it'll fit inside the grid. And then you can trim off the excess there. Perfect fit. And again, you need to make 5 noughts. So that's 5 noughts and 5 crosses all together. So that's the basic shapes. Now, to make them really strong and solid, you need to papier-mâché them. Let me just bring in my old friend here, PVA glue. The white school glue in the squidgy bottles. Mix it 2 parts glue, 1 part water, and then I'm going to start with the playing grid. It's just a case of spreading the glue onto your pieces, playing grid here, and then wrapping some kitchen roll or tissue paper or even loo roll around the bars of your playing grid like that, and just paste them on like that around the back, pushing it into all those nooks and crannies. And the idea is to cover the whole of your playing grid in 2 layers of PVA glue and tissue paper or kitchen roll, and the same with your noughts and crosses. And when you've done the whole lot in 2 layers, put them to one side to dry overnight, and when they've dried, look at this. They've gone rock hard and they're ready to paint. And paint it using poster paint or acrylic paint, but whatever you do, make sure you paint it in outrageous colours. Look at that, I'm just slopping on this fluorescent pink here onto the playing grid, and do your noughts and crosses in exactly the same way. And see what I've done with mine. When mine was dry, I put on some extra little polka dots. Look at that, that looks really crazy. And you can go really berserk with the noughts and the crosses. And there it is, sort of ready to play, really. And the great thing is, you can do any design you like. What about something like this? Black and white polka dots. There it is. And you can leave it lying around your house because it looks great just as a piece of modern art. And of course, if it's there, it's always there when you fancy a quick game. Try it yourself. 3D noughts and crosses.
Hello, it's me, the Head. Hey, they are a brilliant idea. And if you want to make a set, roll up and tape 4 sheets of newspaper. Arrange them to make your playing grid and tape securely. Then twisted pieces of newspaper into circles to make 5 noughts. For the crosses, cut 2 bits and tape them into an X shape. Mix white school glue with a bit of water and use it to paste strips of tissue around everything. When they're dry, paint all your pieces. And you'll have your very own deliciously delightful deluxe set of 3-dimensional noughts and crosses.
Do you know what I love? I love it when you get to see behind the scenes on film and TV sets, especially spooky ones. In fact, I got to see behind the scene on a spooky film set the other day, and you know, things aren't quite what they seem. God, look at this. Oh, look at that, look. Oh. That's it. Gone to lunch. Oh. Yeah. This gives me an idea for a big heart attack.
That was franktastic! Now, don't you go messing about with any bits of scientific equipment, will you? It can be very dangerous.
Have you got a set of these watercolour paints? But does your water always end up looking like this? And your pictures end up looking like this, a complete splodgy mess. Well, believe it or not, watercolours are one of the hardest art materials to use. Many times I've ended up with a complete mess like this because it's all run out of control. Well, here's some tips on how to get good results from your watercolour paints. First of all, draw a sketch on nice, thick drawing paper. Watercolours work best on thicker paper. And when you do your sketch, just do the outlines and the shapes. You don't need to put in any detail. And when it comes to mixing your paint, just mix it with water in the lid tray of your paint box. And if you haven't got one of those, then you can always use empty yogurt cartons that you've washed out. Now, the technique to watercolour painting is just simply to brush on the paint onto the paper and keep that wash going as quickly as you possibly can. Just keep it going down your paper like this and try not to go back on yourself. Even if you miss a bit, just keep going and you get a nice, smooth wash. And you don't have to colour it in absolutely perfectly. Just control that wash all the way down to the bottom and then stop. Stop and allow it to dry. And you know, that is the secret to good watercolour paintings. Paint each section, then stop and allow it to dry before you move on to the next bit. That way, the paint won't all run into each other and go out of control. So I'm going to put this to one side, and that's exactly what I did with this picture. I did each section, I allowed it to dry before I moved on to the next section. And look at it, it's crisp, clear, and there are no runs because I controlled the paint. So when your background is dry, then you can add on a layer of shading. And to do this, you just mix your paint slightly thicker and add in touches of black. And then just paint it on to the dried background, and look at that, no runs at all. Just another little bit there, like that. Just to finish off some windows. And here's another good tip. It's pointless doing a watercolour painting with dirty water because you'll get all your paint a dirty grey. So use one lot of water to wash your brush with and another lot of water to paint with. And just make sure your background layers are really dry, and then you can add in some finer detail. And I'm just blotting on some shadow in the bushes here. Not too much detail, just some extra shadow there. And then just real fine detail with a thinner brush. And there, and there, and there. And there you have a perfectly clear and crisp picture with no runs. Of course, if you do want your paint to run, to create an effect like reflections in water, then get loads of water onto your brush. And actually, this is where dirty water comes in handy, because you just make your paper really wet with that dirty water. See that? Just a bit more in there. Get a bit of the sky reflection in as well. Make my paper really wet. And then just start to put in some darker reflections. So here we go, let's try those trees. Yes, look at that. The paint's really out of control, running everywhere. Different colour. And there it is. Try it yourself, a watercolour painting. But don't forget, let all the bits dry before you move on to the next bit and keep the paint in control.
Well, I've really learnt something there. I just need to paint each part of my picture, letting each bit dry before I paint the next bit. I'll try that next time. Because it's bound to be better than this. Oh!
Hi, I'm Emma and this is my swan picture. I made this one out of black paper and using squares, triangles and rectangles. This is a technique called tangram. I placed the swan on a pink marble background to make it show up brightly.
Hello, my name is Philip and I have done this picture on the computer. I chose navy blue as a background. I then drew some little yellow chips to go on top. I then repeated the pattern across the page.
Hi, I'm Rebecca and I painted a simple pattern. I did black lines out from the middle of the picture, and to make it eye-catching, I painted lots of squiggles, star shapes and spots.
Yeah, great art attacks. And do you know what? That pattern has given me an idea. Here's a challenge for you. See if you can create a never-ending line pattern using a line that never ends. Try this. Take a piece of paper and just draw a line across the middle of it, and then suddenly change direction, and then suddenly change direction again and go back on yourself. Change direction again, go back on yourself, and then change direction again and go up there. And the idea is to just build up a pattern using a line that never ends. And you can draw short lines like that, or longer lines. You can even draw like square boxes like this, but just keep it going and see if you can keep the line as close to itself without actually touching. In fact, there are rules to this game. You mustn't let the line touch itself. You mustn't get trapped inside your own pattern. Ooh, watch out, there we go. And you mustn't stop. In fact, the only reason to stop is to change colour. And you just pick up again where you left off with that never-ending line. And again, just keep the line as close to itself as you dare to go. Keep changing direction. Go back on yourself. You could even wrap the whole thing around itself like that. And then stop and change colour. And just keep going. See if you can fill in the whole of that piece of paper with a never-ending line. And gradually, you'll build up this crazy never-ending line pattern. Good effect, isn't it? Now, you can do a straight line never-ending line pattern like this one, or you could try a curved line never-ending line pattern, but the rules are the same. You just, this time, draw a curved line and then suddenly change direction and go back on yourself, change direction again, go back on yourself. But just this time, you're building up your pattern out of curved lines, big curves, small curves like that. But the idea is to keep that line as close to itself as possible. In fact, you could even challenge a friend to see who can keep theirs going the longest. But again, you mustn't let the line touch. You mustn't get trapped inside your own pattern, and you mustn't stop, because if you do stop, you've lost. Not to worry, pick up a different colour and just continue your never-ending line pattern. Completely cover the page. And there you have a curved never-ending line pattern. Great fun to do and so simple. And you can do them as big as you like or as small as you like. And you can even use them to decorate things with. There's an exercise book and there's a greetings card. Try it yourself. Never-ending line patterns. See how long you can keep yours going for. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ra!
Neil's very smart, isn't he?
He certainly is. And we're now going to boldly go somewhere totally different.
We're off to Lavender Castle.
And the Paradox answers a distress call. Could it be a trap? This could get scary.
Lavender Castle, a place of legend, fabled right across the universe. This is our quest to find it. I don't believe it. There's no life anywhere.
I'm telling you, the message was as clear as a bell. There's been a massacre. Look! Bodies.
There has been a massacre. Oh, poor souls. Whatever could have happened? All right, Roger, let's go down.
There's something evil down there, Captain. Let's be cautious.
No, let's go down there first, and then we'll be cautious.
All right, now fan out. Call me if you find anyone alive.
They will sleep for hours. And when they wake, they won't remember a thing. They will spend the rest of their lives trying to work out how they became my slaves.
Oh, my word. Are you all right, Captain? Miss Leica? Mr. Isambard, sir? I must get them inside. There you are, Mr. Sproggle. They all seem to be in a deep sleep. I'd better have a look around and see what's going on. You what? Painted cutouts. This whole thing is becoming curiouser and curiouser.
Fan incredibly tastic. My plan has worked brilliantly.
No, it hasn't. You didn't get the robot.
There's an old saying, Trump. It takes a robot to catch a robot.
Now, that's not a cutout.
Destroy the robot.
Now, was it Captain Thrice once said to me? Oh, yes, discretion is the better part of valor. Which, roughly translated, means run like heck. Oh! 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 Got to get him away from here. Ah, the very thing. Mr. Isambard's jetpack. Here, boy. Here, boy.
So, you want to play games, do you? Fine.
Good boy. Come on. Good boy. Come on. Good boy.
All right, my pet, that was fun. Now, take him out. At last, I have got my weekend cottage.
And I can nest in the thatched roof.
Yes, and with your filthy habits, that'll be the best place for you.
Oh, no. I'm running out of fuel. I'll have to land. I've only got one chance. I must get my timing right. Now, I'm equipped with UMI. That's a universal magnetic interface. It's worked. We are now interfaced.
What a wonderful day, Trump. I've got the Paradox and its entire crew.
And I've got my home in a thatched... Look!
Shot!
Why don't you stop him?
I can't! He no longer obeys me.
But let's get out of here. Why don't you take off?
You try taking off with a chunk out of your backside.
Whoa! Whoa there! Well done, my gallant steed. Now back to the Paradox. Now, I know you have voice recognition, so here's what I want you to do.
What on earth are you doing, Sir Squeak-a-Lot?
I've chased Dr. Aegon away, Captain, sir. You see, I rode on the spider's back.
Rode on the spider's back? Oh, what are you talking about?
Well, sir, you see, the bodies were only painted pictures that had been laid on the sand.
What painted pictures?
Ah, well, they're not there anymore, Mr. Roger.
Oh, they're not, are they?
No, you see, sir, I told the spider to bury them.
There's no spider either, Squeaky.
Sir Squeak-a-Lot, this desert air made us all very sleepy, and perhaps it affected you in some way.
Oh, you mean he imagined it?
Possibly.
What do I see? I see... Oh, no! Now Sproggle's imagining things!
Well, what do you see, Sproggle?
Nothing, Captain. Nothing at all. Why don't you stop him?
Don't you understand? He's been got at.
Hey, I tell you what, Stephen, I wouldn't like to find that spider in my bath.
Tell me about it, but I'll tell you what, let's go back to finding stuff out.
OK, then. I've got just a thing. How to?
How do you know when a spider's dead?
How do you make a soap star?
How alarmed is an aspidistra?
How?
How can you separate ping from pong?
Oh, I'm really good at ping pong, mate. It's always been my favourite sport.
Is it not called table tennis now, though, Fred?
It is, you're
You're
right.
quite right. I've got a plastic glass, two plastic glasses glued together, two table tennis balls. The trick is to get each table tennis ball at the bottom of the other cup.
No problem, you just skillfully get them separated in the middle there and jiggle one down to one end.
Two in the other. No good, Fred. Gail, your go.
Spin them, maybe?
Very good, but you've only really got one near the centre of the other. But not this kind of spinning, but that kind of spinning. And look at that. I've got one at the bottom, one at the bottom of the other. You got it?
I've still got two at one end.
Well, you've got to start right, Fred. But that's how you separate ping from pong. No trouble.
Good game, good game. How alarmed is an aspidistra?
A what?
Here's an object. Here's some electrical charge. OK? Now, here's another object also holding some charge. And as I bring the two closer together, the amount of charge that each can hold increases. It's as if the glasses are getting bigger in front of your very eyes. And you can actually see this increase in capacitance on this simple circuit. Piece of copper plate there, which has got some charge in it. It's holding some charge. So am I. If I put my hand close to the plate, watch what happens to the meter there. That increase in capacitance. Take my hand away, it goes down. Put my hand close to it, it goes up. And using a simple circuit like that, I've got a very, very effective demonstration. Well, here's an identical circuit, and I can use it to switch on the electric light in my lounge. There we are, very effective. And so to the aspidistra, which is where we started, this lovely, languid sort of plant. Well, this and all sorts of household objects you can turn into a burglar alarm. Simply place it on the copper plate, little box of valuables in front of it. What a tempting sight for any passing villain. But let's see what happens when the villain approaches the box of goodies there. Watch. So there we are, the aspidistra. Quieter than a Doberman and a lot cheaper to feed. And that's how alarmed an aspidistra can be.
Now, how magnificent is mucus?
Mucus?
Yes.
It's not magnificent, it's horrible stuff.
Well, it's actually vital to our human health.
Well, how can drips that come out of your nose be vital to human health?
Well, what it's actually doing is it's clearing bacteria and dirt from your nose, OK? And it also lubricates your insides, and it stops us from dissolving.
Hey, looking at me.
It stops us from dissolving. Let me explain. Now, we have got acid in our stomachs. I will put this on here because I've got some acid in front of us here. And acid dissolves all our food. In fact, it actually dissolves things like metal as well. And this is what happens when you eat a biscuit. It goes into your stomach and it dissolves in acid. I've got to be very careful here. Right, take a look at this. Ooh. There we go. Now give it a bit of a stir. You see it's starting to go black. And then it's breaking up the biscuit.
Well, it's changing colour, isn't it?
That looks disgusting.
It's gone really dark.
It's dissolving it.
That's what's happening in our stomachs. So what stops it doing the same to us? Well, it's actually a layer of mucus on our stomach lining. Mucus is our friend, and I have got my very own mucus recipe. Now, firstly, I need protein. Now, gelatin, which I've got here, is pretty pure protein. I've already added gelatin to a lot of hot water here to make it nice and sticky. Now, the reason that I've got a lot of water is because mucus is actually made up primarily of water. We also need sugar. Now, syrup is very sugary, so I'll put lots of that in, like nice and gloopy and ugh, lovely. Make a nice mess with that. Some salt, dash of salt, and of course we need a little bit of colouring so it looks nice and mucusy. Let me see. Oh, that should do us. This creates a barrier between the acid and our stomach walls, protecting us. Isn't that lovely? So how magnificent is mucus? Well, it's pretty underrated if you ask me.
Magnificent. Now, how do you know when a spider is dead? I want you to meet Peter Parker, my spectacular spider pal. But how do you know when a spider's dead?
I'd imagine that they'd stop moving.
Well, if you look at Peter here, he's not moving at the moment, and he's certainly absolutely alive.
No, what happens is they stop breathing and go cold, you see.
I'm sorry, Fred, spiders are already cold-blooded, and They don't breathe in the same way that we do, so you can't tell if they're breathing or not, so that's wrong. You see, the answer to this now has all got to do with the way that we open and close our joints. Now, this is a human arm. All mammals, in fact, all humans, yourself included, I'm sure, have arms arranged like this. Two sets of muscles. One on the outside of the arm, called the extensor. And what that does is straighten out the joint like that. And one on the inside of the joint, called a flexor. And that allows you to flex your arm, to close it. But spiders don't have extensors for straightening their arms, and yet Peter here seems quite able to open and close his arms at will. So how's he doing it? Answer's over here. I want you to meet a half spider. This is a semi-Peter. Now then, you can see that his legs are all curled up. Because spiders have flexor muscles, that's the natural state. But in order to extend these arms without the extensor muscles, spiders use hydraulic pressure, indicated on this occasion by Fred's hairdryer. What they do is they pump body fluids at high pressure into the hollow legs. You see how the leg straightens up. But when a spider dies, it can't maintain that pressure. The flexor muscles do their thing, and all the legs curl up underneath them. And that's a good way of telling how a spider is well or not, whether he's alive or dead. They have legs curled up underneath them.
So that spider's dead?
Well, that spider's not real, but if you saw a spider like that, I wouldn't trust it, because some spiders have actually learned to curl their legs up underneath them to give the impression that they're dead, so you never actually know if a spider's dead or not. That's how.
Fascinating. How hard is the Tour de France? Well, the tour began as a publicity stunt for a newspaper in 1903, but it was in 1904 that we saw the toughest, roughest, most controversial tour of them all. The favourite was Frenchman Maurice Garin, who'd won the previous year. This time, however, the field was stronger. Garin set a cracking pace from the start, but after a while, some strange things started to happen. Riders found themselves itching uncontrollably, almost as if someone had dropped itching powder down their shirts. It soon became clear that not all was quite sporting. One rider is said to have fallen asleep at the handlebars after his drink was doctored with sleeping pills. But then the racing got really dirty. Won the race. 4 months later, however, Garin and the next 3 riders were all disqualified for everything from laying nails in the road in front of their competitors to hitching lifts in cars. So the first prize eventually went to the 5th place man, Henri Cornet. So, how hard is the Tour de France? Well, in 1904, a very hard and dirty race indeed.
How do you make a soap star?
Oh, well, you need a big production company, some good actors, a TV
No,
channel.
that's not what I mean. Who's your favourite soap star, Fred?
I like that little Leanne in Coronation Street. Oh, yeah. Seems like a nice girl.
Yep, nice family.
Nice family.
Well, look what I've made you.
Little Leanne.
Your very own Leanne star. But smell it.
Soap. A soap star.
A soap star.
Can you show us how to make one?
I will show you. Now, it's very, very simple indeed. All you need is a food blender, and you need 4 basic ingredients. You need your soap flakes, cornstarch, a little bit of colouring, and some water. Now, what you start off with is 100 millilitres of hot water. Pour that into the blender. There we go. Get the cornstarch, which you can buy from any supermarket. Pop in a tablespoonful of cornstarch. There we go. And then I'm going to add a little bit of colouring just to make it look nice. About that much. It might be a little bit too much, but never mind, doesn't matter. And I've measured out about 4 mugs full of soap flakes. Now what we've got to do, I've put them into these beakers. What I've got to do is pop them in to the blender, but I'm only going to add 1 cup at a time, because if I put in too many, it'll get stuck in the blades and it won't be much use to us. So put in 1. So put the lid on the blender and switch it on. You see, it's beginning to mix quite nicely there, and I'd add more soap flakes as I went along. And then eventually I would end up with this soapy dough. And what I would do then is choose my favourite soap star. I've chosen Adam Rickett, also from Coronation Street. And then I've got a cake cutter shaped in a star. Pop it down like that, and I've covered Adam with waterproof sticky tape on the front and the back so that he doesn't get all washed out. Pop his picture on the bottom of the cutter, get my soapy dough and squeeze it right into it like that. Make sure it gets down nicely. And then what I do is I tidy that all up and pop it into the fridge for a couple of hours. Now, while that's in the fridge for a couple of hours, I would clean this very, very carefully because you want to get rid of all the soap flakes. Then I get my Adam Rickett out of the fridge, and he's a lot harder now, and it's very cold, and it's easy for me to push out of the cake cutter. Like so. Do it very carefully. And ta-da! There we go. And that is how you make a soap star.
How healthy is fat?
Not very healthy at all. You don't want too much of that stuff, Gareth.
No, absolutely right. Over the day, breakfast, lunch and dinner, it's very important to have a balanced diet. But sometimes that balance can change. Say, for instance, when you found yourself fancying a bite to eat and you were in the middle of the Arctic. When you're in the Arctic Circle, it's very important to eat properly. In fact, just to stay warm, you need to eat 3 times as many calories as you would normally. Now, the body would find it almost impossible to digest that amount of food. So what you need is a superfood, the maximum energy for the minimum amount of space. And what is this wonder food? Well, the answer is suet. It's basically just fat, solid fat. But the body finds it very easy to convert that fat into energy. It's the perfect Arctic food. In fact, a recent expedition ate suet morning, night and day. For breakfast, they had a nice bowl of cereal with suet sprinkled on top. Yum, yum. Lunch would have been some soup with a great glob of suet in it. Dinner was dried meat with suet sprinkled all over it. Absolutely lovely. Ah, Fred!
Mush! 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 I'll
Fred,
tell you
you
what,
arrived
Gareth.
just in time for lunch, my friend.
We've had suet every day now for 100 days. Haven't you got anything else?
Well, Fred, come on. What do you expect in the middle of the Arctic? A cafe?
What a good idea.
Good morning, darling. So what can I get you?
Come on, Magic, what have you got, love?
Well, I've got my board here with all my specialities on it. We've got suet and chips, we've got suet flan, we've got suet soup. All right, darling,
Yeah,
you love
sorry,
a bit
love.
of suet,
You
don't
like a bit of suet, huh?
We've also got sandwiches, we've got cheese and suet, we've got fried suet, and we've got our speciality, sausage, suet and suet. You'd like that, darling, wouldn't you?
Have you got anything without suet, love?
So, if you find yourself in the Arctic, suet is surprisingly good for you. And that's how healthy fat is, and that's how for now. Tell you what, I'll have the veggie suet burger.
Well, there's something I didn't know, Danielle.
Well, you do now.
I tell you what, let's have some totally pointless fun, yeah?
OK, then. We'll go a little bit crazy and watch one of my favourite shows, Oggy and the Cockroaches. I really like that show.
It is so good.
It is. Now, we're nearly at the end of the video, so what's coming up next, Stephen?
Well, coming up next, we have more Crazy Chaos, but this time it's from the TV comic Zap.
Go on then. Here we go. Yeah, that's right. Here we go.
Ouch! Here you are. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Duty on the animal. Let's go. What's it? This lily flippy. This lily flippy. What is it? Hey, where are you? Hey, I don't know. Hey, come on. Hey, this lily flippy. See, this lily flippy. And the fishy. The fishy. Here we go. Hey, there it goes, Lily. Hey. Come on, Silly. What is it? There's a Silly Flippy. Silly Flippy. Yeah, see, the Strunky Ellie. There they are. Go ahead. Where are you? She's gone. Yeah, go on then. The Trunky Ellie, you see? Yeah. The Trunky Ellie, like it. But, is it? Yeah. The baggy ones. The baggy. Hey. The baggy buns, and you like the baggy buns. What is it? Yeah, go on then. Go on. Let's see. Right then. Hey, where's it gone? There it is. Yeah. Yeah, see? Yeah, the snarly line. See? The steaky meaty. See? Steak. Yeah, the steaky meaty. There you go. Hey, where are you? I don't know where it is. Where is he gone? Steaky meaty in the line. Hey, look.
Now that's about it for the video, but I have to say, Stevie baby, that I have really enjoyed it.
It has been excellent, hasn't it? And there's another CITV video out soon, so do watch out for that.
Yep, don't forget our CITV favourites video for younger kids is also out now.
It has Mopper Top Shop, Animal Shelf, Singing Kettle, Wizardora.
And loads more.
So we'll see you next time. See ya.
See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.